Zachary, I like the way that you started this by just saying that you don't like Poe. A lot of people don't because it is very dark, and I appreciate that you gave an answer when I first read that. I thought I'm going to ask him why he doesn't like Poe, but you followed that up. It's very dark, and you prefer things that are more upbeat, optimistic. Nothing wrong with that, but yeah, interesting point. Almost everything that's considered literature and in our literature textbooks is not very optimistic. So think about what we've read already. I know we've only done once, but go back to The Most Dangerous Game. Not optimistic. There's not many things that are optimistic. So why do you think that is? That the literature that we read isn't the quote Nicholas Sparks type stories. And if you're not familiar with that, Google it. I'm not a fan. Most girls are, but the happy go feeling, the romance, the happy ending type things, that's not a lot of our literature. And I think it has to do with the fact that people enjoy reading those things. That's why there's so much violence and so much gore that's really popular on TV, because that's what draws your audience in. And if you think back to when literature, like this was a really long time ago, they didn't have Netflix, cable, internet, TV, even TV, radio. They didn't have these things, so literature was their form of entertainment. So if you think to what's popular now, and it's the gore, it's the murder, it's the sex, that's what sells. And so this is what sold back then, because it was dark and it contained that murder in it. So now if we were to watch this, if somebody were to write this today talking about the murder, it would be a lot more graphic. But this was considered graphic back then, even though he makes it seem really nonchalant, like, yeah, I'm just going to kill this dude. It's really nonchalant. Back then, this was considered, a very a graphic, a gory short story. So it's kind of interesting to think about. But you had really good answers. I appreciate when you post, because you always give good answers. So I look forward to seeing what you do next.